Etiminimim sika kura je se Blakk Rasta IGF free Igbo man ho no mo adi enti no kyeame bibia mu Blakk Rasta ebe defend Igbo man no. Abusia sa okai Thursday no. Igbo man okọ Manhyia Imfie abra na Asantehene edam pem no dot yen na obia ekwochia yewura Otumfuo no. Nanka Igbo man so epe ho oyi afa ho akwachi Otumfuo nse no wi o de bedwana num ewo media no. E ma ho no Otumfuo kyeame etwa ne gara we. Abusia za nsem no. Blakk Rasta and Cocoa Pie was so one tiasie. Then you wapeke kabi, wabetu to bomb. Ewura Manhyia Imfie. Mema wonchire mu no achire wadwen amame. Ewo comment section. Aha Penyah block media. Make sure say need you more. Obe like if video no that my subscribe button so be click notification and connect latest updates. Say be chire wadwen de amame. Ewo comment section. Make sure say obas one no share before so enya bi ahwe. It the Blakk Rasta is on Igbo man. In fact, they are more or less as brothers. They are more or less as brothers because there was an interview I say Blakk Rasta Igbo man how can Igbo man chire na sia nkasa be be free any ade enya no wasem na ye ka we be ka ya Thursday no ene de Asantehene dot ye no ne pompon so de ba awie ye Asantehene na nadwo ana ekosie na the daytime no program na ekos na ene hu ni say Igbo man yi ono so ene ne entourage apie mu e wo Manhyia Imfie oda say yes omu apie mu a how mo ba no omu ba say king ohene angasa aba dwabana si bi eba abechia na ne oduru Otumfuo anim no ana Otumfuo kyeame na kandankra bafo ebi say amane ya kwan so let's hear that say that man was be na say yan invite wunua ene wunua nkasa eduru be yinhwe mo enti no oga say ne onyi ni chere mo ni mu ase kakra ni ontwem ko so no beje Otumfuo nsem achia de o lalai na ni be hu ke na so na yisi o Otumfuo nsem achia be nyanhira ensi onko ama ya ma no anko e ma sare ba media so no say week nyina na the Igbo King on so etwa bi just say man for tetere hard twetwe even to the point on one ka say club Nigeria for kra no esre na obeka Igbo man Igbo aga na hanu no. There was a time where Ghana for demonstrations against him not long ago about just 2 weeks ago. Anna Hassan Ayariga led demonstrations against the Igbo man e wa Accra mountain so omuwie demonstration na Blakk Rasta on tiasie say adent na Ghana for aye demonstrations etie Igbo man it also your demonstration etie Ghana for
there were Ghana village, there were Kwame Nkrumah universities in some of these countries, Kwame Nkrumah Hall, Kwame Nkrumah Street. What is the problem with an Igbo village? Xenophobia and known as South Africans no every say South Africa no. Yeah. Other Africans coming in, and the Igbo man was not wrong in any way. Ghana for Nana, yeah, misinformed or say about the kingdom, and a kingdom no say. And I said perception I want no okay. And I Igbo for nye, and I Igbo for mukum nipa. Hey, why na kum nipa cha Asantehene?
Ejabra Igbo man ikura ko Otumfuo ahimfie no. Aye pam na bi say na Igbo man wonu mama na Captain Smart ne kyeame we ekọ hanum no. I want to nya wo kyeame na wo kyeame ene kyeame ne kodi nkomo but Igbo man wonu mama eti Captain ko yes man ne kyeame Chukwuemeka Captain Smart o wa hene wa mabia na say that Captain Eboshu just say we jai Igbo man was set Igbo man up as one ko je Igbo man yi ekwaje animguase na e fa ne sake no on say eba say ya man invitation ya invite no Blakk Rasta on tiase there be o say asma Manhyia kan no Manhyia na Igbo man ni nie Manhyia twatro na Igbo man no ye invited officially the Igbo man was invited into anyone was Manhyia aguna ni ma say Blakk Rasta on tell you first, or born agent for about through ja or commercial hifi.
Igbo King, I was officially invited by Otumfuo for funeral. My brother, it's all over the internet, radio and TV in Ghana and beyond, that a certain man who calls himself the Igbo King of Ghana, this man that you see here, His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, he's been in Ghana for so many years. He's married to a Ghanaian woman. His children are Ghanaian, Nigerian children who all bear Nigerian and Ghanaian names. According to him, it all started in 2012 when his own Igbo people came together and said, it looks like we need a representative aside the Nigerian High Commission, traditionally to represent us. And they chose him as the leader, the chief, the king, the emperor, depending on how you want to refer to him. My brother, my sister, he was only supposed to oversee the interest of Igbos in Ghana. Gradually, their numbers started increasing, and many people came to him from Igbo land to learn about the Ghanaian culture and how to even live in Ghana. My brother, my sister, from 2012, when he was installed as the chief, the emperor, the king of the Igbo people in Ghana, he decided to spread his wings and also go around introducing himself to all the prominent people of this country. My brother, my sister, this is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. He's all the way from Nigeria. Igbo Kweno. And you will hear him say, Zwe Kweno. This is the man. Now, in 2012, he went all the way to see the Otumfuo. And this is him shaking hands with the Otumfuo, my brother, my sister, to introduce himself officially to the Otumfuo. And there he is, Otumfuo and his elders sitting down. This is a photo from 2012. From that time, he's been a friend of the palace, Manhyia. He will go in and out, talk to Otumfuo, seek his advice and all that. And they always welcome this gentleman to the Manhyia Palace. Many people have come to see him as a man who loves to meet so many different people. Unfortunately, for the so-called Igbo King in Ghana, everything went haywire in 2025 when an old video came out and he purportedly said he was building an Igbo kingdom. They would have their own police, their own soldier, and they would have almost everything in that kingdom, including Igbo food. Many Ghanaians did not go into the story properly. And what did they do? They started hitting the road with demonstrations and even threats to chase out all Igbos from this nation. It took serious effort by the nation, including the President of the Republic, to be able to calm down nerves. Just as the nerves were calming down, Bobo Ulomo also came out. In fact, the spiritual leader of the Ghana state said that my relationship with the Ghana people is known to everybody. But what people don't know is that we are also close to the Nigerian people. It doesn't matter whether they are Igbo or Yoruba. We love the Nigerian people. In fact, we even traced a part of our ancestry to Nigeria. We can't chase out any Nigerian from this country. That was what Bobo Ulomo said. He said, if we are not ready to give the Igbo people some land to build an Igbo village, I, Bobo Ulomo, will do that. My brother, my sister, it created problems all over Ghana. And it looked like Ghanaians, some Ghanaians were beginning to be xenophobic. Oh, Igbos are thieves. Oh, Igbos, they are going around kidnapping people. Oh, they are frosteds. And with that kind of information in their prejudiced minds, every Igbo was a criminal. And for that matter, every Igbo must leave Ghana. Now, the interesting thing is that we have Syrians here who are more powerful than this so-called Igbo king. We have Syrians in this country, Americans in this country. My brother, there are thieves amongst the Americans in this country. There are criminals amongst the Lebanese in this country. And we all remember the shawarma making business that poured pepper on the face of a Ghanaian worker. Do we all remember? My brother, my sister, rape. We've seen Lebanese people rape girls in this country. And we have reported all this. Not only Lebanese, we have Chinese in this country who are doing evil, destroying our land in togetherness with Ghanaians. My brother, my sister, we have Americans who are thieves. Yet, it doesn't look like we are too interested in all these people. We are interested in our own black-skinned people, and we want to chase them out. In the days of Buzia, we all remember how Nigerians were chased out of this country. Aliens Compliance Act. It was an animal that destroyed the cohesion of this country. In fact, it threatened to destroy it forever. Shagari came into power, retaliated, and sent Ghanaians down. My brother, my sister. And what was the reason? Ghana was beginning to be prosperous and felt threatened that Nigerians coming into this country especially were taking over jobs meant for Ghanaians. They were becoming more prosperous and owning property more than Ghanaians. That was the hidden secret. And Buzia, daft as he was, non-Pan-African as he was, chased out all these people. In fact, his spectacle was focused on the Nigerians. Nigerians were chased out of this country. My brother, my sister, a lot of them left their houses behind because they couldn't carry those houses back to Lagos. Their fat bank accounts, the bank stole them. There was only a certain amount of money they could carry away. About 10% of the money, in some cases 20 to 30% of the money, and about 70% of their money and more were swallowed by Ghanaian banks. A lot of Nigerians went back to Lagos and died after a few days. They had worked so hard, following the principle of Kwame Nkrumah, to come and invest in a fellow African country, or better still, a sister African country. When Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown in 1966, and it went all the way from all those criminals, and we now had Buzia coming in. That was what Buzia did. They were undoing everything Kwame Nkrumah did, including the invitation of African countries, brothers and sisters, to come and do business with us. They chased out the Nigerians. When Shagari came into power, Shehu Shagari, he decided that he would pay Ghana back in his own coin. We all remember that Ghana must go back. They chased us out of Nigeria. And Rawlings had to send ships to carry us home. My brother, my sister, we will never forget. We have become so much of friends. We have places in Ghana that are named after Nigerians and even Nigerian areas. We have Lagos Town. We have Agege. When I first came to Accra, there was a place called Agege. These days, I don't hear that. Is it still there? My brother, my sister, we have Lagos Town. What happened to Lagos Town? When you go to Takoradi, there's Lagos Town. My brother, my sister, there's nowhere in Africa you would go and you will not feel the presence of Nigerians. Yet, it looked like we just wanted to give a cat a bad name so we could hang it. The man said he was going to build an Igbo village. But some bloggers decided to turn it around and say he was building a kingdom. All of a sudden, fellow Nigerians came in, rubbished this guy, kicked him out, and he's been quiet from that time. Now, when Nana Konadu Yadum III died, the queen mother of Asantehene, the sister of the Otumfuo Osetutu II, when she died at the age of 98, a few days back, Asantehene via Manhyia decided to invite so many very important people and prominent people to the palace of the Otumfuo. In fact, to commiserate, yes, to commiserate with the situation. My brother, my sister, to empathize with the kingdom. Now, one of the people invited was His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, the man you see here. All the way from Manhyia, they came in and invited him for the 1 week. This was the man who came. Dr. Ajenim Boateng. He is the leader of the Asantehene concerned youth. He was sent all the way from Manhyia to come and invite this man. And look at how he was dressed. This is the palace of Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. My brother, my sister. He invited him and he said, okay, I'll give you a response. When the man left, he said, no, I don't want to go. If I go, I don't know what is going to come up next. So he didn't go. Now the main funeral was coming. So many presidents were coming around. And Dr. Ajenim Boateng came again to the palace of Eze. And that same there, inviting him one more time. Please, the 7 days you didn't come. If you don't come, I'll be angry with you. And he decided that he would go with his entourage to Manhyia. And what did he do? The Igbo people in Ghana, solidarizing with him, decided to go there. And there you will see them. In fact, singing and dancing and also displaying their beautiful culture. This is His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, with their red hats signifying their Igbo culture. My brother, my sister, they went all the way to Manhyia, shook hands with so many people, empathized with the situation, solidarizing with the people of Asantehene. And then it came to the time for him to meet up with the Otumfuo, as many did. My brother, my sister, amidst the shout of Igbo Kweno, Zwekweno, and all that, he went over quietly to the Otumfuo. And whilst he was approaching the Otumfuo, according to him, in fact, some members of the palace approached him and said the Otumfuo shook hands with so many people, and therefore his hand was almost getting numb. For that matter, all other visitors coming up next would just have to bow and walk on the other side without approaching to hold the hand of Otumfuo. And we all saw that. Otumfuo couldn't shake hands with everybody. Otumfuo is not a statue. By tradition, somebody would have to hold his hand, and you will see a linguist holding his hand. His hand became numb. Tens of thousands of people shaking the same hand. So they decided that people approaching him should just bow quietly and then move to the other side. And when Chief Chukwudi Jude Ihineto approached, he took off his hat. And this is what he has done. All this while, anytime he approaches any person of traditional importance in Ghana, he takes off his hat as a sign of respect. He's just a community leader, a chief. You could call him a king or an emperor of the Igbo people from Nigeria. He is not a king in Ghana. He is a chief, a king, an emperor of the Igbo people living in Ghana. That's it, as simple as that. So many people have decided to throw him under the bus and refuse him because of problems that came. But this man has been very instrumental in the Nigerian community in Ghana. And we all know the problems we have in Nigeria when it comes to Biafra. We all know how tribalism is dividing Nigeria into so many pieces. So there are other ethnic groups from Nigeria who are fighting each other in this country. When would Africa unite? But it went viral all over social media. See what was published. And this one is coming from Ghana Web. What did it say? Confusion erupts as Igbo King is allegedly denied handshake with Otumfuo at Manhyia. Run the story and watch the story. It says, some social media users have mocked the Igbo King in Ghana as Chukwudi Jude Ihineto after he reportedly failed to shake hands with the Otumfuo. Asantehene or said to II during the funeral ceremony of the late Asantehene and Adum III on Wednesday, September 17, 2025, is Iheneto, who recently sparked controversy over allegedly attempting to establish a kingdom in Ghana, was captured with his entourage at the Manhyia Palace to pay homage to the late Queen Mother. In a viral video, the Igbo King and his delegation arrived at the funeral grounds to sympathize with the Asantehene. While Otumfuo sat receiving greetings, his linguist, that's the kyeame, Bafo Kantankrechi, alongside other traditional leaders, directed mourners and guests. Now the entourage was asked to remove their hats as part of their traditional rites and to pay homage from a distance without directly shaking the Asantehene's hand. Now the entourage that was asked to do that now decided to follow up on that and obey. Now, after the incident, videos circulated online showing Eze Iheneto appearing visibly unhappy with the situation, sparking a heated debate on social media. That's straight away. So this is the truth. This is the truth, my brother. And even the House of Chiefs in Ghana, the president, was not also allowed to shake hands with the Otumfuo from a distance. He also had to bow, and many more different chiefs from different areas. If you were the one sitting on your throne and tens of thousands of people are all shaking your hands, how would you feel? Otumfuo didn't wear gloves. That is even very detrimental to his health. Do you know who went to toilet and he did not in fact clean his hands? Do you know who ate some rotten Kobe? Do you know who ate some kokonte that was there 3 days ago? Do you know who is carrying what? Everybody shaking hands with Otumfuo. He's not wearing gloves. Somebody's just holding his hand and he's doing it. Now his hand gets numb. He says that, you know what? People should just bow and go away. And it has become a problem. My brother, my sister, we have to be careful in this country that we don't become xenophobic. I know many people have attacked me and called me names, but I shall stand on my 2 feet and condemn that. People have called me from abroad. They have called our station here and said, you know, the Nigerian people, they are not good people. Somebody even commented, Blakk Rasta, I've lost respect for you. How do we want to sack these criminals from our country? And you, Blakk Rasta, you are there supporting them. Anywhere you go in the world, they are chasing Nigerians away. And we want to chase them in Ghana. And you are also supporting them. You see how daft we can be. You see how silly. We don't use our brain. You have gone to live in England. You have gone to live in America. Use your sense. You are in somebody's country. You are living in America. You are living in England. Are you telling me every Ghanaian in America is a saint? Don't we have Ghanaian thieves in America? Do they bundle up all Ghanaians and say they are all thieves because of 5 thieving Ghanaians? Do they do that in England? Do they do that in America? Ghanaians love to travel more than any other person. I'm sure that even if God becomes the president of Ghana, some Ghanaians will still travel out and say Ghana is not doing well. We are a people who are behaving like Fulanis. We are always migrating, moving from place to place. Ghanaians are the original Fulanis of Africa. There's no country in the world you will go to and you will find Ghanaians. I am sure that in hell, there are some Ghanaians who are there and saying it's better than Ghana. Yet, some other person comes to your country. His contribution to your country is better than your own contribution. And you want him out because 5 or 10 of some other people from his country are misbehaving. And because of that, somebody approaches me and writes that he has lost respect for me because I encourage other African brothers and sisters to come into Ghana, my motherland. That is my crime. Today I was speaking with a lawyer. He said, Blakk, I think you should stop supporting that Igbo King. I said, I'm not supporting the Igbo King. I'm supporting my brothers and sisters from Africa. Do you have a problem with the Syrians who have taken over your land, taken over all the big businesses and relegated you to the dump sites? Are you happy with them? Lebanese are here doing all the big jobs. You guys are becoming Okada riders. You are sweeping gardens for them. You are cleaning their table, cleaning their toilets and all that in your own country. You have no conscience. You have a problem with an Igbo man who wants some 4 parcels of land. 4, 5, 6 parcels of land to build a certain village. Then there's a problem. Because we don't trust them. They are criminals. As if we are saints. What's wrong with you? Why are we all of a sudden becoming so xenophobic? Me, I'm a traveler. I just went to Uganda. Everywhere Ghanaians go, they have a lot of respect. It's because of some of these things we're talking about. But there were some who saw me and thought I was Nigerian. Because in Uganda, which is in East Africa, they don't get to interact with us that much. How many Ugandans do you see in Ghana? Same way, when you go to Uganda, you won't see that many Ghanaians. So much respect. If today Ugandans start to attack Ghanaians because 2 Ghanaians raped a certain Ugandan girl and killed her, and all other Ghanaians are bundled up and killed like they do to us in South Africa and other places, what would you say? Wouldn't you say that Ugandans are stupid? Think about it carefully. Igbo man was invited twice to go to Asantehene. First time, he didn't go. They sent from Manhyia to invite him over because he's been going there every year to greet Asantehene. They went the first time, he said no, he would not go. Second time, he said no problem, let's represent. And he goes and it's news that he was denied shaking hands with Otumfuo. Wouldn't you sympathize with Otumfuo? His hand was so numb. After this ceremony, I wonder if Otumfuo can use his hand for the next 3 years. It's numb like lead, heavy. If I were Otumfuo, nobody would shake my hand. Just come, bow nicely, and walk away. From the distance, I can just raise my hand. And you go away. But everybody was shaking their hand. Everyone was shaking their hand. It's dangerous. Was there any security check where people searched for metals and other weapons? Anybody could have gone to put a bomb in the hand of Otumfuo. Unless you want to tell me that Otumfuo is so powerful that no bomb would explode in the whole of Manhyia. The way things looked, it didn't look like there was any metal detector there. Where are we not endangering the life of our king? You are not worried about that. You are only worried about a certain Igbo man who went to greet Otumfuo, and Otumfuo's people asked him to bow and walk away, as they did to so many other people, and now it's crazy. Please, Nkrumah was not an idiot. He was a great guy. Come here. And what did Nkrumah do? He invited the whole of Africa to come here so we could do intertrade. Africans no longer do intertrading. We are all going to China to buy. Chinese people get richer. They look down on us. We go to America. We are going to England, Japan, and all the other places giving our money out in trade. Yet our own African countries, we don't trade with them. Go into the shops, the malls in Ghana, and look at every product. Tell me one that is coming from an African country. I just came from Uganda, and I saw some packaged drinks from the forest of Uganda, from the forest of Kenya, and other African countries in there. But in our country, no, we trust the Chinese foods more than the Igbo food, more than the Ivorian food. Come here. We must be careful, or else, at the end of the day, my brother, my sister, the wind that we are sowing is going to germinate and grow into a big tree, and we shall harvest the storm.
kyerɛ w'adwene ma me ɛwɔ comment section aha yi Penyah Media.